Yo, it's Elut, and welcome back to my forced units only playthrough of Radiant Dawn on hard mode. This is part 2, chapter 3, Geoffrey's Charge. I've heard his name pronounced as Geoffrey, but both are technically correct, so whichever you prefer. Sorry if you don't like how I say it, but both are right, it's fine. So first we go to info. The main things here are the Brave Lance for Geoffrey and the Silver Axe for Kieran. And because those are the only two units we're allowed to use here, that's good, because those are pretty much their best weapons. And then the only other thing we do, since we can't touch skills or anything, is we buy a Horse Slayer for Geoffrey in the bargain shop. And then we actually buy a Killing Edge that will go to the Convoy, and we will give to Brahm, Nephany, Har, or Heather to take to Ike, since they have the money for it and Ike does not. We send a lot of things to Ike. I find myself saying that a lot, but it's true. It's very helpful. There's a lot of chapters where Ike is just by himself, and he needs all the items he can get. So this is a Seas map, and Geoffrey is our leader here. First thing we do, we go up and bop a cav with the Horse Slayer, because it's funny. And then we send Kieran up with him. And on these early enemies, they will double and they'll just pretty much annihilate everything. But as we go up in the map a little bit, they'll start doubling less consistently. And it might get a little dicey at times, especially near the end. We move up the alley units here to a target, because one of the few things that is actually scary on this map is a Cavalier with a Horse Slayer, which will actually, if he hits, leave Geoffrey at 1 HP, which is extremely scary. And since he has the same movement range as us, and we don't double him or anything like that, we have to draw him out some other way so that it's not super risky for us. Because if Geoffrey or Kieran dies in this map, it is a game over. And there are going to be some pretty long enemy phases, Tellius moment. It just is what it is. So I apologize for that. But this is actually the normal way for me to play this map. I normally just bring these two. Because, frankly, the other ones just don't impress me at all. And they're just kind of more trouble than they're worth, I feel like. But, so this is just normal for me, which is kind of nice, actually. I didn't have to do any extra planning for this or anything like that. So we send Kieran up here to clear a path, so that, we're not stuck in a choke. And then we just keep on marching through. We actually send that steel blade to the convoy as well, also for Ike. So here we have to make sure that we can clear a path so that our ally units can actually get up there, because this can get kind of clogged at times. So we kill a bow knight with our trusty horse slayer. That weapon is actually kind of busted in this map. Pretty good. And then you'll see now doubling begins to be an issue here. The only other thing I could have gone after in this map that I didn't is there is a speed wing drop in the top right of the map on top of the castle, held by a halberdier. It would have been nice, I guess. You know, it's something to consider, but it's definitely not necessary. If I had it, I think I might have given it to Scrimir, probably. Or maybe Ike, but Ike really doesn't even need it either. If you assume, you know, he's getting a lot of levels and bonus XP and things like that, so it's really not even that big of a deal for him, usually. But it's something. If you want it, go ahead. But that also means we have to kill a lot more dudes that we also aren't doubling anymore, and it would take even longer than this map already takes, and I wanted to avoid that as much as possible. Alright, so the Horse Slayer Cav is the one in the top left there, up by, you know, the area where Geoffrey is. There he is right now moving. And that is really good, because we can hit him with our own Horse Slayer at some point. Yeah, 36 on a unit with 37 HP. That's pretty scary. And then I decided to move them up a little bit. They're basically just gonna act as a wall for as long as possible. I guess since we're kind of getting up there-ish now, I can start to talk about the situation that is the boss fight. The boss is either pretty inconsequential or very scary. And the reason for that is he is a sword master, so he has plus 20 critical, I believe. It might be plus 15. Either way, you know, that's something. And he's wielding a Wo Dao, so his crit rate on Geoffrey is, you know, it's worth mentioning. He does 6 damage, but obviously that can really, really get bad if he does crit. And then on top of that, there are 2 longbow archers on either side of the boss that do about 13 or so damage, if I recall correctly. So we have to get Geoffrey up there at full health. Like not even like 1 HP less. Like, I need him at full health, pretty much. And also, there's a 1 tile wide choke leading up to the boss where that door is that we also have to break down. And you might think, like, oh, just break down the door, you know, with both of them, then just wait and then heal on the next turn when you're ready to fight him. But that boss actually will move, as long as he is still blocking that 1 tile-wide choke point. So I can't even break down the door until Geoffrey is absolutely ready to go. So it can take a while if I have to heal a lot or kill things that are like big threats, which is kind of annoying. You know, it's part of the experience of this map, if you're not trying to kill everything on it. And then this is pretty annoying as well because they blocked off Geoffrey. But we had to move him there to kill the Horse Slayer, so kind of unavoidable, kind of obnoxious. And then what I do is I target the ally units at the bottom of the ledge there so that no one can climb down, at least not right away, which buys us a little more time as well. And then Geoffrey is mostly safe there. He'll take hits from, like, catapults and things like that, but it's probably the best spot for him because he is below half health right now. Alright, and we're basically out of decoys here now, which also makes this a little bit more problematic. So we have to kind of hang in here for a second. And that door has 60 health, which, unless we hit it with a Brave Lance, it's going to take 2 hits to break. So I think what we do is just chip it with Kieran over 2 turns because Geoffrey has to heal. There's the boss talking. Alright, so it's looking a little hectic up here, but we decided to break the door with Kieran so that Geoffrey can go to work. And then you might think, like, oh, put Kieran behind Geoffrey in that alleyway so that, you know, he's not subject to more enemies behind him, because he's already dealing with the longbows, which, as you can see, do some damage to him, as well as the Swordmaster boss that's doubling him, which is not good. But if Kieran goes behind Geoffrey, then the longbow archers will go for him, and he will suffer the penalties for being at the lower point of a ledge, which is plus 50 hit for them, which is very scary, and that's just like asking to die. But where Geoffrey is now, he avoids that penalty from the ledges, so they have their normal hit rates around like 40 or 50 or so. So we'll definitely take that. Kieran is fine in that little hedge there. He is chilling. And I've actually never seen this before. They send the catapult rock on the wall, actually. I didn't know they could do that. I just never saw it. So, you know, just something. But we equipped the Brave Lance on Geoffrey because he needs basically 3 hits to kill this boss, and he does not double him. So that's very important. And then after this, we only need 1 more hit. So we'll equip something else. This is kind of risky because if Geoffrey kills too many things, then obviously that means more and more people will come in, which is very scary. As well as, you know, you could get unlucky with these longbow guys. You could get unlucky with the Swordmaster crits. There's a lot going on here. So he's down to 6 health. And now the Cavs are coming in. Again, very risky. But we do it anyway. We don't care. We do not care. Geoffrey's the fucking man. Luckily, a lot of the guys coming behind him are kind of scrubs. So, you know, that is good. So now, we just heal up with Kieran and unequip so that he doesn't suffer from success either. And then what we do with Geoffrey, we have to hit him once, but obviously if we go for him now, we're at 6 health and we can't seize. So what I actually do here is I equip the Steel Lance, since we only have to hit him one time, and then I heal. And what that does is it allows him to kill the boss on enemy phase, which is obviously very important, but it also keeps him from suffering from success on the behind, because he won't double some guys. So this is really the best way to go about it. And luckily that crossbow guy's there, and he's not doing much damage either. So, you know, that keeps someone maybe a little scarier from attacking at 2 range. And then here he doesn't double this soldier, which is actually huge. It's actually super good. Alrighty, and with that, we seize, and we are out of here. So yeah, pretty stressful at the end there, but, you know, we did our job. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.